the drive. That's what I want from everyone. I want the drive and the determination, and just like I can tell from your content that you just enjoy doing it. This
So I feel like we're headed in the right direction, and from what we're seeing on BO6, it looks like we're going to continue down the path of good content for snipers. So I'm excited for that.
absolutely. It's been a good dude.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Johnny, and we're back with another video today. And this one it's different. We're coming up with something new in this one. This is called the Underrated Podcast. Throughout this interview podcast, you consistently hear me say, "I'm not sure what we're going to call this yet." Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to call this yet. But after recording the interview late last night, going to bed, I had some time to think about it, and I think we're going to call this the Underrated Podcast because it's kind of a branch off of our underrated series that we've been doing on this show for a little while now. And I think this is a great way to help other creators get their name out there. And hopefully we can help them get to where they want, and we get to know a little bit more about the people within our community, which is always a good thing. So yeah. So make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about this, how you feel about it, and give me your true thoughts. You're not gonna hurt my feelings about anything you say about this. So I really need to know. I need to know feedback. But if you like the video, make sure to like it. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. It's free. And but most importantly, remember, if God can love me, I know He can love you. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy Johnny, and I got a special guest on today's channel, and I think you're gonna absolutely enjoy this video. I'm a little nervous, so without further ado, how you doing, Neverz? How's your day been?
I'm doing good. It's been a good dude.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh man, no, today's been good, man. Been a stressful day, but trying to potty break a little 2-year-old is, well, it's almost 3-year-old now, but stressful. Went to see the movies today. Went to see the Deadpool Wolverine movie. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen by far. Like, I love that movie. That movie was awesome.
Okay, so this isn't one of the questions that I have I've prepared for this video, but you have to answer this for me. Is it better than the second one? Because the Deadpool 2, in my opinion, was the better Deadpool movie.
In my opinion, this is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen.
Okay, I'm excited to go watch this Deadpool 3 then.
I've been like, my favorite like superhero as a kid growing up and everything was Wolverine. So like, dude, growing up, fucking that was like my shit. So seeing him come back now, and now Disney owns him and shit and everything, and possibly more movies in the future.
Yeah.
Excited.
I don't know if you saw any of the Comic-Con clips, but we've got Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU as
as
Victor
evil,
Von
as
Doom.
Dr. Doom.
This is going to be awesome. We've got Captain America with I don't know much about it, but I do know that the Red Hulk fist is holding his shield, so we've got that to look forward to. A lot of good stuff on the horizon. But so to kick off the actual interview, Neverz, where did Neverz start? Where did he start? Where did your story begin to get to where you are here?
So I started playing Call of Duty way back when, and I actually started off on a Wii.
Okay.
Like on a Nintendo Wii. Playing, it was when the Wii first came out and Black Ops was on it, and I started playing Black Ops on it, and obviously fell in love with Call of Duty immediately right there. I had a 360 at the time.
Black Ops 1?
Yeah, Black Ops 1. And well, I was playing before that too, but like that's when I like fell in love with the Call of Duty. Like, it was on the Wii, and I was like a YouTube creator on the Wii platform. And I don't know if you probably don't know any of these guys, but there was like Icon Boy, and there was like a couple of sniping teams that were on the Wii that were like trying to be like FaZe and stuff. So it was like kind of like that. There was like Team Flux. There was a couple others and stuff. But this was like at the time when Modern Warfare 2 and Trickshot was really popular and everything.
Yeah.
So immediately after, not even like 6 months after playing Call of Duty, I immediately switched over to the Xbox, and which was a 360 at the time. Got Modern Warfare 2, which was Modern Warfare 2 came before that, right after Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 came out, right? Correct?
Yeah, I believe Black Ops 1 became between MW2 and MW3.
Yeah, so after that, I went to I immediately started getting into trick shotting, and I actually I'll send you an old clip of like when I first started trick shotting and shit, like an old 1 for 2 trick shot, and yeah, it's just like the whole vibe of the trick shot and stuff. I remember getting off school and not even wanting to go into school because all the boys want we'd skip school and trick
Yeah.
shot sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you
Everybody's
kind of
trying to
plan
be
it out with
Phage
your boys.
Rain and
Yeah,
all them guys. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
So
so you got to start in the golden era. You got to start in the
yeah, I
golden era of
was.
gaming, really.
And I moved up pretty decent up there. I was in a couple bigger teams. I was in Liked, Spacebound Misty, what others? Spacebound was the main one I was like part of. I was in Spacebound for like 3 years. I had like 6 episodes out there.
Nice, man.
Spacebound Misty. And from there it's just like I just content creation. I was always into it. Like I said, like when I first started doing it, I was just into it. Like it's something I like. I like just making content and like showing my gameplays. I don't know. It's just something I really enjoy doing.
I get you. I get you. See, so you got to start in the golden era, and I'm jealous because everybody that I play with, or my friends that have helped me evolve to what you see in front of you today, as far as a content creator and a gamer in himself, that's all they talk about. And it's like when people talk about it, you can just hear the excitement of what they enjoyed and what we're going through now with how Call of Duty has been, which I must admit I believe that MW3 is been a fabulous game. I think it's probably the best Call of Duty to come out since BO4, in my opinion. There is some things I wish they would have changed and fixed, but that's with every game, especially with a franchise like Call of Duty that comes out with a game every year. It's never going to be
Right.
perfect, and I think this is the best version of Call of Duty we've gotten since BO4.
I agree. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, they botched it a little bit in my opinion. Towards like in the beginning, like the best version of the game was beta, and every update since then for me as a sniper, it just feels like they just like were picking on me a little bit.
Yeah, I can
But
agree with that. Every time we got something good, they nerfed it.
yeah,
And
but other than that, I mean, like the game is just like I mean, it's a good game. I feel like it got the community more involved than it has in forever. And on top of that, like I took a big hiatus break from Call of Duty, like from Modern Warfare 19 to this Modern Warfare 2023, right?
yeah, this is a
Modern-
2023 game. Yes.
So,
So you
but that's
took a 4 or 5 year break there.
yep.
Okay.
And before that, I mean, I played every Call of Duty. I played it religiously. That's like the only game I touch. Like, I mean, now I dabble in other games, but back then that was it. That Call of Duty was like the only game I wanted to masterpiece. Like, if that was my masterpiece, like making montages
Yeah.
and clipping fools and just getting those reactions, and it's like an adrenaline rush.
That
And
is one thing I've missed. I'm about as new gen of a Call of Duty player as you can get, but one thing I've noticed as we've continued through my career is how little reactions are getting within the game. Like it just seems like every year there's less and less, and I don't know if it has to do with technology evolving with chats and like Discord and being able to party up in the game with the private channels. I don't know if what it is, but it seems like that part of Call of Duty is dying.
well, yeah, everyone gatekeeps. Everyone goes into their own little Discord communities and stuff, and so there's not as much activity in like how you used to go to search and destroy back on the Xbox before like PC was even like a thing. Everyone like when as soon as you went into like a search and destroy game, it kicked you out of Xbox Live, so you couldn't like be in the live parties with your boys. It made you go right into the game chat.
Right.
So going from game chat to now everyone's kind of gate kept into their own little communities, their
Yeah.
own like their buddies and their friends and whoever they're playing with and stuff. So, and obviously you still get the people who still go and try to get those reactions, but it's a lot harder than it used to be. I mean,
Yeah, I
there was a
agree.
whole scene of YouTube back in the day that just went there and clip farmed for like impressions and reactions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I remember in Warzone when Warzone 1 first dropped, dude, that was one of the first things that was hot mics after you killed somebody. What they
Yeah.
would say that was hot for a while. But
Yeah.
so moving on a little further, tell us what's going on with your content, because obviously you recruited me, so, and we're going to get more into that later, but tell us what's going on with your content. Like, I see you upload shorts and TikToks, and you know, me and you've had conversations since I've become part of M40 with what we're doing with each other's content to kind of base off of this. But there's people out there that don't know either one of us, and that's kind of
Right.
why I wanted to start this. I'm not going to call it a podcast. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this yet, but I want this to continue into further episodes to help people grow. You know, because I have another series, the Underrated series, where I react to people's videos and blah blah blah. But so, what is going on with your content, and let us and give us an insight of what you have coming for into the future into BO6.
So I'm really just trying to practice it on my edits and stuff. Like, so right now I'm posting like my gameplay footages and like most of the time in like I'm not usually posting just like my gameplay footages are usually like I wouldn't say like amazing, but they're pretty decent. Like so so I'm showing off my talent as a Call of Duty player with my gameplay footage, and I try to go for a lot of like being energetic, trying to like hyping up like, and I like to play with people like so like when I'm playing a game and stuff, like you're not be just like watching me play the game, you're watching like what's going on around me as well. So like you're getting the whole content of what's going on, and like it's basically like streaming but not streaming. I'm streaming like I'm recording everything I'm doing, recording all the voices, everything. But I'm just not doing the streaming part. I'm just trying to focus on my YouTube, focus on my content, and eventually when I get to a point where I believe that I'll have the amount of viewers and everything I want to be watching me play the game live, then that's when I'll transition into actually live streaming more. But right now, I'm just focusing on getting my content where I want it to be. Right now, I'm posting gameplays, but I do a little bit of editing, and I'm trying to get better at editing. I want to get really good at editing to the point where like um the kind of style I'm going for is kind of in between Scopes kind of style, and then I don't know if you know him or not, but I can't think of him off the top of my head. Strafe. Yeah,
Right.
Strafe. He's a Warzone
I
player.
know the name. I know the name.
He's a Warzone player, and like he's just ridiculous content, like just insane player. So like I'm trying to be a little bit of entertaining, but a beast player at the same time. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Best of both worlds.
Right.
So for my future content though, like I'm just right now I'm on a grind of just trying to post every day. I'm a firm believer in like that getting your channel to blow up is more of a luck thing than it is like a like it, I don't know, like I don't know how to put it in words, I guess. Like I feel like if as long as you're staying consistent and you keep posting, people will come over time, you know what I mean? So
Right.
whether like instead of like say you put 100 hours into one video and you post that video and the chance of that one video not doing anything. So it's like you got to find like a kind of a balance of like because I know Mr. Beast, like Mr. Beast is a good example because he's the king of YouTube, and like that dude does like so much editing on his videos and stuff, and he gets the numbers and stuff. But then there's other people who do all this editing and stuff and don't even touch the numbers. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. You just got to find your own rhythm and find what works for you and what you want to post. Because at the end of the day, this is like my channel is my content and what I want to post and
Right.
what I believe. And so it's like basically kind of like my artwork on my gaming portfolio, I guess.
Yeah, I get that. Because I see a lot of and this is myself included. Um, Especially being as small and as new to the community as I am, like I see people, and I'm gonna throw some names out there too, because why not? Like, there's Dep V. Dep V's like my guy. Like, he's my guy. I love watching his streams. I love watching him play. He's just such a humble guy. But you look at his gameplays and like, how can I edit that and get my? But what I think, how do I get my video to look like that? But
Right.
I think what a lot of small creators, like myself, uh, do is we try to mimic what's already been done instead of trying to create our own path.
Yep.
And that's hard to do, especially with such an oversaturated social media world that we're in 2024. You
But
know,
I think it can be simplistic as well though.
it can. Once
Because
you find your groove, you have to
viewers will
stick with
fall in
it.
love with you. You know what I mean? The
Correct.
whole
Yeah.
the whole point of what we're trying to do is what kind of we're selling ourselves to the viewers. So the viewers have to you have to engage with them. Like you have to like pique their interest. You have to like there's just so many different things that have to like all line up, and the stars, the stars all have to line up, and
Yeah, I
for it all
agree
to
with that.
work.
I agree with that.
And but like at the end of the day, like it's just something to do for fun and stuff. I'm not like I'm just like I love making content. I love fucking being a part of the community, COD community. It's what I grew up doing, and it's what I still love doing. Like when I get I keyboard and mouse now, but shit, dude, I just love sniping, man.
Yeah, sniping definitely gets in your blood. It got into mine, and it's hard to get rid of. It's just one of them things. But see, that's the thing with content creation too, though, that I think a lot of people don't understand. And it took me until the beginning of this game where I changed my path from just trying to stream and have fun on the game to actually putting out content to grow. I didn't
Right,
realize how much work and preparation goes into making that happen. Um,
right,
and so that it's a grind, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just playing video games. You're just throwing a video." No, there's a lot more to it. People don't realize how many hours of gameplay that you have to get, and then
right,
maybe use 10, 15 minutes of it, and then edit that 10 to 15 minutes and turn it into a virtual movie. At this point, I mean
right.
it's a lot, and you have to really, really enjoy what you're doing because I've noticed, like, I've gone back and watched some of my old videos. And if you don't really love what that video is about, it shows in the video. And
Right.
it's crazy. It's crazy how that works.
I think what would be the best for like my content right now and what I want to focus on would be like is finding more a bigger group of guys like because COD lobbies fit like 6 people, so probably like around 5 to 6 people of like we're all recording at the same time and we all just going and laughing and joking around and just having a good like the good old days, and we're getting it all recorded, chopping it up. I get his gameplay, get a hit a couple, and then edit that video up and put, and then I feel like that right there is like people want to watch people have fun. No one wants to watch someone who's not enjoying themselves. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I agree
You
with
want
that.
people
Yeah.
want people want to watch people who are enjoying themselves, laughing, having fun. Be other people. Some people want to watch people like CDL shit that just are dominating lobbies, and you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, I feel like if as long as it's like entertaining, that's the main point. And I don't think it's hard to be entertaining. Anyone can be entertaining.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I
I
think
agree. I just
content.
think there's a select audience for each creator.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I think that's kind of, you have to find that select audience. So moving on a little bit because we're already 15 minutes into this and we've only been through 2 questions. This is awesome, and I can keep going with this conversation. But you warned me when you first asked me to join M40. You warned me that there was hate going on around M40 because of M40's past of coming and going. So
Right.
let's go ahead and answer this question right here, right now, in front of whoever watches this. Is M40 real?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and give us an example of where we're headed.
So, we have in our Discord when some of the old members and everything are in there as well. But Roman, who is the owner of the team, and Ouija, who is another owner of the team, are both former M40 competitive players that played in the comp scene. They weren't part of the brand YouTube itself because there's back in the day there was comp sniping, and then there was the actual content creation and everything else like that. They were the part of the same team, just not they didn't have like, you know what I mean? They weren't making the content and everything. They were just, the best of the best snipers at the time. So when it all came and said and done and stuff, like M40 ended, it got like they went through like, you know, leader to leader to leader, and they got lost in transition somewhere along the lines. And then from what my knowledge, I'm not former M40. Um, I'm just happy to be here, and I support everything that's going on. But from my understanding is that Roman got approval from whoever the lead was at the time. I would have to actually go through all the DMs because I don't remember all the top of my head who gave what to who. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Roman got the approval from someone, and there were screenshots and everything. I'm sure we can find the screenshots, post the screenshots on the. But we got the approval, and then they had a couple other formers that all were like, "Yeah, let's do this." They were all in group chat, text messages, and they've decided to restart it, which was at the beginning of this game. And that's about the time when I came back. And me being I was a M40 fan from back in the day. That was what I like originally got me into sniping.
Well,
So
a lot of people don't. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase what I'm fixing to say here. A lot of new gen players don't realize the rich history of where M40's at. And me
right,
myself being a new gen player, I'm blessed to have friends from the old gen, and they're like, when we saw M40 coming back, my friend, the world knows him as Trait. I call him Trotty, and he was like, "Dude, M40's coming back." I'm like, "Who's M40?" And then he proceeded to tell me, and I'm like, "Wait, you're telling me Optic Predator was part of this, or no, Optic Predator?" I'm like,
yeah,
"Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! This is one of the best snipers of all time, and he's coming from this." And then you see it, and you're like, "Okay, wow, these guys got some rich history." And then and so these new gen players, I think they're gonna have a. I'm hoping that M40 is able to give them a taste of what was, along
yes,
with the twist of
absolutely.
what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difficult time because back then, sniping and everything, there wasn't really like as much like content creation. It was more like clip goers and everything compared to now, like where it's more of like I'd say it's more of a trick shotter community in COD now than it is a feeder. I feel like there's way less feeders than there are trick shotters,
For Modern
and
Warfare 3, I would have to agree with you 100% on that.
and I'd also say that it seems like that sniping and trick shot in general is just and as far as for like YouTube and stuff is slowly dying out anyways, and it's leaning more into like content creation as a whole. Because what I was seeing tweets on earlier from Obey saying that they were like basically just going more toward the direction of content creation and not really montages
Yeah,
anymore.
I've seen some stuff about that too. But that team has got some big changes happening the past couple days.
Yeah,
Fran is no longer lead over there, and my guy Ride Dog had the
and he joined Soar.
yeah, and he joined Soar. So
Yep,
there's been a lot of changes in the sniping community. Um, but to be honest with you, I really feel like we're in a better spot now than we have been in recent years.
absolutely.
Probably since Cold War. I would say Cold War was our last good year, if you want to call it good. I mean, it was good for me because I didn't know anything different outside of MW19. I started there and moved to here, so outside of Cold War, we had really two rough years for the sniping community. Vanguard was not a great game. Sniping was decent. So I feel like we're headed in the right direction, and from what we're seeing on BO6, it looks like we're going to continue down the path of good content for snipers. So I'm
Yeah,
excited for that.
absolutely. To get back to what you said about M40 though, so like M40 as a whole, like the whole meaning of M40 back in the day was just like they were all best friends. Like they were best friends just making content and doing and sniping and just they were just the first of that like breed basically of sniping. Like they were what the like they're part of the reason what sniping is what it is today. Like without M40 there wouldn't have been half of the amount of feeders and everything there was.
Yeah,
So
they got a rich
M40's rich
history.
history, like it's a big impact on what's going on now in the community. Even though like it's completely shifting and changing, it's still playing a part. And I
Yeah,
just my goals into this as being a lead is just get us back on track and get us back to that point. And overall of everything is to treat each other as equals, and every one of us, have a job to do in this team, and it's just to fucking be there for one another and just let's push forward and make this content, make it happen, and we're all doing what we love to do.
yeah, yeah, and it does take passion too. I've been in lead. I've had the pleasure of being a lead in other team, and you have to be passionate about what you do, and you have to put that chip on your shoulder, man, and really put your head down and keep your nose to the grindstone because it's a lot. It's not just, oh, I got to find somebody to do this. No, there's a lot going on all the
Yeah,
time. DMs, you know,
it's
skirmishes
always
between
something,
players, drama between
always
players.
something,
There's
always
always something
something.
going on. So yeah, I've been there, and as far as I can tell, you are doing a great job, and I'm really excited to see what some of this. I'm not going to relieve any details as far as what's going on in the team until we're ready, but I'm excited to because I know what's coming. So I'm
Right.
excited to see what the
Our number
public's
one
going
thing
to
we're
do.
focused on right now is content. We got to
Yep.
get this content out and push it out and just keep on showing everyone what we're about. That's what it is.
So moving on to some more fun, more memorabilia type questions. You've already answered a couple of them, so I'm not going to ask them. But give me the three best snipers rifles of all time.
My
Your
top three
your
snipers:
your top three.
Intervention, MSR. Hmm. It's between the L11 and the DSR.
If it makes it
I
easier,
pro-
give me your top five.
I'm probably just gonna do my top three. All right here. And number one, intervention. Number two, MSR. Number three, DSR.
Yeah, okay. When you said the MSR over the DSR for number two, I'm like, where's this third one gonna land? Because the DSR is everybody's bread and butter. Everybody loves it.
I was such a fan of Modern Warfare 3, so like
A lot of people,
I
a lot of people agree that Modern
I
Warfare
love the
3 is
sniping in that
better than
game.
BO2.
The sniping on that game was better.
There's
For
a lot of
feeders
people
like
that
me.
disagree with you, but there's a lot of people that agree with you. I'm not gonna step in that. I didn't. I've had the pleasure of going back and playing them. BO2, I haven't.
And
Had.
this is my opinion. In my opinion, that I just prefer the MSR and the old feeling of that kind of sniping, of just I don't know. I've always liked the Modern Warfare brand a little bit better than the Black Ops brand of
Ooh,
Call of
boy,
Duty.
that's a hot take, Neverz. You better not say that too loud. You better not say
That's
that
just
too loud. That's a hot take.
the sniping's just been a little bit better for me.
You know, I think I, I've only really got to play one Treyarch game, and that was
I
Cold
love
War.
Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was one of probably my favorite Call of Duty. So
Really,
like
really. Okay,
I
okay. I
love
tell you
Black
what.
Ops
Let's just go on to the next question since we're already kind of treading on that path. Give me your top five Call of Duties of all time.
Top 5 Call of Duties. All right, easy. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops. What did I say? Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and then for my fifth one, oh, how did I forget this? COD 4. Duh.
COD 4. Oh man, you're going back. A lot of people feel that way,
I
dude.
love COD
So
4.
is it in that order? So it's gonna go Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2.
And the order I would go in would be number 1 would be Black Ops 1, number 2 would be Modern Warfare 2, number 3 would be Modern Warfare 3, then COD 4, then Black Ops 2 for me.
You got some hot takes, dude, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because I hear so much about BO2. It's kind of like where the Call of Duty era just completely shifted into that
I didn't
golden
feed
age.
in Black Ops 2. I didn't feed in Black Ops 2. I only trick shotted, so I didn't really get the adrenaline of hitting clips like the clips I like to hit. Those big multi kills and
obviously all I've got to
I hit
see is
some dingers.
montages, like going back and watching Pamage's Catalyst and
Yeah.
I Reaps and all them old guys. Just it was a different time, dude. The montages hit different. And the standards of sniping has changed so much since back then.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You're not in this interview?
Okay. This is the question that I'm kind of curious where you go because you got all these hot takes. So I'm gonna see how much different I am compared to you. Give me your Mount Rushmore of snipers of all time, the players.
My favorite players?
Yeah, give me your Mount Rushmore of snipers of all time.
Like right now or like all time?
All time.
So, Phase Fakey, obviously Optic Predator, M40 Predator, M40 Jules back in the day, which is Optic Jules. Nowadays, I really love Face Scope, his content, his energy is amazing. I like Seabass, his content nowadays. Shit, man, there's just so many.
You got 4.
Obviously, like if you're
this isn't necessarily your favorite. This is kind of like you're building a Mount Rushmore.
right. So, I mean, obviously all the old G's like Kitty, uh, he's a dog. I'm trying to think, like,
It's
those are,
not
like, my
it's
main
not it's not easy to narrow down.
like, there's a lot of good players, and I'm just trying to name the ones that, like, stand out most to me.
Yeah, because for
Uh,
me personally, I've thought about this a lot, and for me personally, I would have to go. Pomage is the goat in my opinion. He kind of
oh,
paved the
yeah,
he
I
paved
don't even know how I even didn't even say
he
Pomage.
paved the way for all of us. So Pomage, I would have to throw Predator in there. He was kind of the one that changed the standards.
Yeah,
I got to throw Predator in for that. I mean, it's hard not to throw Hex in there. He's like a
yeah,
godfather, or he's like a founding father for that matter.
like, yeah,
I mean, it's hard to leave guys out, but if I had to narrow it down, it would be Pomage, Predator. I'd probably have to throw Sprat in there,
yeah,
and I would probably go with Hex. And that's not necessarily the best snipers of all time, but that is kind of the Mount Rushmore in my opinion.
right. Well, you can't leave out them trick shotters, though. Them trick
Well,
shotters
I'm a
made
feeder. I don't know much about the trick shot and stuff. I've never gotten into that scene. You know, I've kind of dabbled into it, but I don't really know. Like, you know, you got Phase. What was it?
'cause I feel like
Rain,
without those
Rogue.
trick shotters, the feeders wouldn't have been any like, as big, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Because
That's true.
those
You
te those
can't.
te
You definitely can't leave that side of the community out because they played a major role into it.
before I was a feeder, I was a trick shotter, so, like, trick shotting has always been in the back burner for me, like, even to this day, like, if I'm in a search and destroy lobby and this lasts alive, I'll try to do some spins.
Right.
I actually hit a couple trick shots on this Modern Warfare 3
I've seen a
with
few
keyboard
of
and
them.
mouse.
Yeah, I've
So,
seen a few
like,
of them.
I still dabble in it here and there. I play with the boys and everything with trick shot and stuff, so
Okay, Nevers. This is the final question, and this is a question that I've wanted to ask you for since you DM'd me about joining M40. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. A lot of people know where I've come from to get to where I'm at, and a lot of people probably don't know where I was before this year, and that's a story for another time. We don't have time to dabble into that today. But what did you see in me that was worthy to put M40 in his name?
just the drive. That's what I want from everyone. I want the drive and the determination and just like I can tell from your content that you just enjoy doing it. This isn't something that you're trying to collect a check off of. This is something that you're doing because you have free time on your hand, and on your free time, this is what you found that you enjoy doing on your free time. And that's the kind of people I want to be surrounded with in our team. I want people that like they're not trying to get a quick cash, a quick, not trying to make a buck or something. I'm just trying to find people that want to do this, want to make content and grow and just show everyone that our skills.
Yeah,
And whether our skills be being the best sniper, being the best content creator, being not even the best, being funny, being energetic, being, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, content is content. You do not have to be the best sniper to be a content creating sniper. You know what I mean? You don't have to be the best CDL ranked player in the world to make CDL content. Like if your content is entertaining and you're doing somewhat you're a decent player, like, and obviously CDL is a little different because no one's. I mean, I feel like you kind of like if you're in ranked, you kind of want to win. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I guess like that goes a little differently, but like as content in a whole, like you don't have to win every game to have content. Like like content is more about the person, more about the person that's making. I think of content as artwork, and your artwork's good.
I appreciate it, man. You know, and maybe one day I'll be able to develop the story for the public to see. Where the Johnny brand has come from, where it started. Maybe one day we'll get that chance. But right now, it's not about me; it's about you. And Neverz, it was a pleasure having you here. I still don't know what we're gonna call this, and I need help with that. So get that brain wrecking. But
Yeah, well, think I'll get the wheels turning.
it was a pleasure having you here. And obviously we're going to be playing soon. I'm sure we're in the same team.
Absolutely.
So again, I appreciate you doing this interview. You're the first. I thought it was good to have you here. Number one. So as before we kick this out, before we turn this over to credits, as you will, what is one piece of advice that you can throw out to small content creators out there like myself? And I'm even going to throw you in there. because we're all trying to grow here. We're
Yep.
trying to get to that point. What is one
I am
piece
a
of
small content
advice
creator.
that you can pass on to us little guys and women to help grow, and just from your experience, what can improve?
I think the main thing for everything to do with anything in life, and this is like gaming, content creating, and just in life in general, is just commitment and just showing up, being there, and just like trying. Like as long as you're trying and putting your best foot forward and your best effort, you're gonna succeed in one way or another. Whether you're not you may not be getting views right off rip. I know I'm not getting the best of views, but eventually, if you're putting enough effort into anything, it will work out. And that's with anything in life. You put enough effort into anything in life. Our brains and our as us as humans, if we put our mind to anything, we can accomplish anything in life. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So like if I feel like anyone can do whatever they want to in life as long as you put enough drive, enough determination, and enough commitment. It's all about repetitions, and it's all about just making it to you.
I agree with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you stopping by. And again, Nevers, it was a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me, man.
And before I forget, remember, if God can love me, I know he can love you. Peace.
Saint ya.